everybody, welcome back to I Love You, Colonel Sanders, the KFC dating simulator. We're back. We're in Colonel Sanders' house still. If this is the 4th episode, so if you're watching this one first, you're doing it wrong. Go back to the first one. The first one's got so much cool shit. Anyway, he's holding a gorgeous plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meculous. I don't know what that word means. It's, chicken and biscuits for breakfast. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous! My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Take him down a peg, flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. I love the hearts! A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school. After all, the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. When you get home to find something very surprising, your best friend is there waiting for you. Miriam, where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been so desperate to talk to you about it, I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, but now that it turns out you're fine, I can totally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I partner up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him you'd better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he's just so interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say shush house? If that's a thing people say, what is that even referring to? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. But don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottle up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam offers your support. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you one up right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog. And a treat. You can get your swirly dipped, too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. That's a good comeback. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides, too, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, NoNoNoah, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse? Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. He doesn't look like you can... doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever! Colonel Sanders arrives just as things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? NoNoNoah, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing? Complimenting her! But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food was received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, NoNoNoah. I am more than capable to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more about your thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine arts of fine foods. See you inside, NoNoNoah. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's the book. Well, it looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire. But I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire, like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I think I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edge of the page. I could use this spell here that says it would erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else, not Rudic and dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory-erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Why would I want to forget about Colonel Sanders? He makes me want to, like, I want to Colonel Sanders. I mean, I don't think that, I can't forget Colonel Sanders. I won't do it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you that it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose crunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. He must be hungry. Reach for their own... No, I'm not going to do that. I'll just wait. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses on the window and the room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you never to come back here, Terrence! I will destroy you, Terrence! Sprinkles is barking furiously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over but doesn't say anything. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again! After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, NoNoNoah, for reminding me to dole out this independent bit of wisdom. You see, but before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by a sad whimpering coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. But I miss you. We went on one date, Pop. How can you miss me when I'm right here? Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam. Every time I blink, you go away! That's a really cute thing to say, Miriam. What happened between you and Pop? I got her in trouble, now she's mad at me. I didn't just get in trouble. I got yelled at by Pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we ever set foot in. Oh, so that's what you meant by shush house? Pop, we went on one date. We're over. And it meant so much to me that I made this for you. Too hurt to go on arguing, Pop leaves this creation behind and runs out of the room. Nothing like a loud pub breakup to cast a pal over the final day of class. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The Final Competition Showdown Challenge Extreme! I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Okay. I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling every droplet of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that? In front of everyone. Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is being such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anybody. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs while she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta. But I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clink or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person. Who shouldn't settle for the first person to show interest in you now? Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice the dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge as a test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off Van Van, the supposed Man-Man, and his evil counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, NoNoNoah's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly make a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. No, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who was hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick up to when the oven timer goes up behind you. Fess up about your practice dish. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was just a pot pie just from the smell. Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? No, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. The best pot pie I've ever tasted! I've always loved country cooking, I could eat this all day! There's no time left, the final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll put you over the edge for victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top shelves. Miriam has a giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to be going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original, our copyright trademark, fried chicken. The intensity of the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves, such as they prepare food. Wow, this is getting really serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg whoosh! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Baxter Blaster! Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid! Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality special! Even Clank gets in on it. $5 pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity. As I was foretold, he mustn't let it happen or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn a tide? You've got a book of your own and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's most certainly evil magic? No! Do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you got passion? They literally told me that evil, magic is not, magic... The easy way is not the best way. You gotta do the hard way. That's been the whole fucking lesson so far. I'm gonna go do the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, NoNo. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, NoNo, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help out. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. That's the secret ingredient. The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the Spork monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We Spork monsters are many. I think Gorko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids in your culinary schools really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the Spork monster, notices that you've got the Grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally son of me, huh? Yeah, yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in the pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little Spork pup back in the old country, you can feel Spork monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you could watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Give up and drop out of culinary Summon the extra power from deep within yourself. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, NoNo, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You're interrupting my inspirational monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power, you can do anything, except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear NoNo. You have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help! All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students! With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off-screen, you hear... From off-screen! From off-screen! You hear a pure, innocent giggle that only can come from one student. I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from the broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hooked by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say, it's not the worst prank in the school's history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank! Where did the pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whirl, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. However, he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. Well, we'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles and savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. It's a teeny tiny Naruto maki. I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl. Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like to try? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I mean, I really have a cute electronic toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy this all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took that long, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with such much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, NoNo, for helping me to believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over soothe egg custard and an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you score one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close enough on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof! Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Yow! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat a thing! It keeps poking my tongue! Disqualified! A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving a food in a bowl made of needles could make it so difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount sympathy. What is the last you've heard of me? Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles preciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student! Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rose water syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school. Got toast in your eyes or in your ears or something? No. I told you it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it, too. I didn't even realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, college school for the hungry. I suppose you could smell it, if you obviously insisted, but don't breathe too hard, you might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you! And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either! If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs? What begins as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it, closely sniffing and eyeballing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drumroll plays. Just when I thought I'd seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you pass! Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even Van and Ashley are drawn back into its magnetic fragrance. They even gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl. They admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete, and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist. Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were villains. For the moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. I was doing a trick to get you all to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He has totally mellowed out. Hey everyone, the Spork Monster's no more. From here on out, I'd prefer everyone to call me by my new name, Party Monster! Student tried to finish what he had said, but everyone has too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found love in the cooking. And you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop! He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Jesus. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wig on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the Chancellor of Sudenshan and such. Miriam, will you be my lady king? What an incredible turn of events, and offer to join the royal family. It's like a dream come true. You'll get to be a princess, or maybe a queen. I'm not sure if he even knows, but either way, crowns and gowns, baby. I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Not now, at least. I've got much to do with my life. A twist on a twist. So many more 3-day universities to attend. So many tiny foods to miraculously sculpt and then watch get accidentally blown away by a single sneeze. Okie dokie. And just like that, he's gone. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I'm not of this earth. I'm actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates! Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. Chicken, mashed potatoes, coleslaw, biscuits. God, he's got everything. The end! No, it's not the end. Okay, god damn it. I was gonna say. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. No, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me what are the qualities you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University Cooking School Academy of Learning, just to name a few. It is truly my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to! As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. And I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, NoNoNoah. How sweet, we'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stopped dead in his tracks. Together? Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I'll need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be? You found a love connection, but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef. Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with the other love of his life as an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at a pastry school. Oh, my dear NoNoNoah, I'm sure that will find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end! I wooed Colonel Sanders! But I didn't get to become a part of his culinary life. That makes me sad. But I'm dating him now. I am the one for him. I don't know if I can accept that. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it. God damn. They did so good on this intro sequence too. It's so good. Oh man. That was at the beginning of the game, but like, it's so good. That game was fucking awesome. For being free, for being something like, kind of like meme-ish and dumb that like came from KFC. Literally KFC, like the company made this game. The company of KFC produced this game. It's great. I loved every second of it. I've laughed, I've loved, I've cried, I've had emotional experiences. This game is hilarious. I'm not saying it for the meme, I'm just saying this game was actually really, really cool. This game was really fun. I mean, it's a dating simulator. I didn't expect much depth from it, but it was great. It kept surprising me. And there are multiple endings to this game. So I might have to go back and run through it again someday. I might not do it on the channel, unless you guys truly want me to run through it again. But it was this fantastic. This game was fan-freaking-tastic. I absolutely adore this game. It was great. I love it. And I love you, Colonel Sanders. And I won. I got his heart. I didn't get his culinary heart, but I got his heart. I got a feeling that there's only a certain... I got a feeling there are like 3 or 4 endings. I think one ending is like you don't even connect with Colonel Sanders and, you know, you kind of become sad by it. 2, culinary excellence. You probably just win his culinary side and he wants you to be business partners. The third one is probably the one I got. I just got his love interest. And the 4th one's probably you get the culinary interest and the love interest combined, which might be like a... I don't know. In the Steam pages, like, his culinary... I don't know, it said secret ending or something. I really want to come back to this game. I really, really, truly do. I'll probably just do, like, a moments kind of, like, montage where, like, I go back through the choices and I'll just be taking them because otherwise it's probably... I mean, I'll still shoot through, like, a normal video, but I'll just cut to parts where it's just the choices and then my reactions to the choices and what, like, ultimately happens in the story. But if you guys want to play this game for yourself, which I highly recommend you do, go to Steam, get a free Steam account if you don't have one already, and this is free. This is absolutely free. And actually, I will put the link down in the description below for you guys to download it. It's a great game, perfect, and I'm sure memes will be surpassing of this game for at least a month or 2. So please, 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 go support them. This game was awesome, absolutely awesome, and I hope and I wish that companies will do more stupid shit like this because it makes me feel so happy. But with that, thank you guys so very, very much for watching this. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think about this game down in the comments below. Tell me if I should keep going. And I will see all you know, bros, in the next episode of whatever the fuck comes into my damn door next. Peace.